Welcome to this live video. I'm very excited to be here. We have a great discussion coming up. So join in, share the live feed, especially with your family and friends who are in the United States. If you know you have family and friends who are immigrants in the US, share this live feed, share it on your stories and on your WhatsApps and across your groups. Okay, very excited to be here, very excited to be doing this live video. So, guys, I've been getting a lot of questions about the Dignity Act 2023. So, I just wanted to come on here so we could chat a little bit about it. We're live across all our social media platforms on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and on TikTok. So if you have not yet followed our pages, please click on the follow and the like button across the social media channels so that when we come on live, we can, you guys will know that we are live. Okay. So let me not waste too much time. We'll go right into the juice. I will be going into the Dignity Act. We'll look at a brief summary, the aspect which concerns undocumented immigrants, because I know that's where most people are interested in. So we'll discuss that, and then we'll discuss the Dignity Act of 2022. I already shared a live video that this Dignity Act of 2023 is nothing new. This same Maria Salazar proposed a similar act, and a similar bill in 2022. And I will tell you what happened to that bill. We'll go over that, and then we see, is there a possibility of this happening? If there is, what should you do to get ready? How, what should you be thinking about, or what should you be organizing in order to get ready for an immigration reform if it happens? Okay, guys, it's going to be exciting. So please make sure you are staying tuned, and let's get started. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen here. Let me see. Okay, perfect. So I have zoomed into it looks like, let me undo this. It looks like I'm at the wrong section. 1 second. Guys, drop me your questions and your comments, and we will be reading that very soon. We'll be trying to answer as many of your questions as possible. So stay tuned so that you can ask. Okay, we can ask your questions. Okay, I've found exactly what I was looking for. So we're sharing our screen on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, if you want to see what we're seeing. Okay, so the Dignity Act of 2023. Now let's talk about the legal status for undocumented immigrant individuals. So this person, Maria Salazar, proposed this bill in the House of Representatives. So again, it's just a bill. I've explained countless times. A bill is just an idea, right? It doesn't really mean it's a law. It has not been passed at all. It's just a proposal that, hey, I have this law I'm proposing, this idea I'm proposing, I want it to become a law. And then it has to go through the steps or stages to actually become law, and has to be signed by the President of the United States before it can become law. So the Dignity Act is just an idea. It is just a bill. Okay. So legal status for undocumented immigrants. So the Dignity Program, it creates an initial dignity program that will give legal status to undocumented people. And you will hold this legal status for a period of 5 years. And this legal status is renewable. And their legal status will come along with a work permit and a travel, permit as well. And that's very good because, again, many undocumented people, they just want to be able to work in their own names. They want to be able to travel, because some people, they have to use other people's documents. And you guys know how that goes. If you're using someone's documents to work, they take a good portion of your pay. And so you get a pay cut even before your money comes in. So it's not the best. So it's really good if this actually becomes a law. Undocumented people will be able to, under the Dignity Program, which is the initial part of the program, they will be given work permits, travel documents, and then the dignity program will give them a renewable legal status as long as they meet the criteria. And as you know already, the criteria is always don't commit crime. If you commit crime, you're out of the game. Crimes like felony, drug use, those are things you want to be careful of. They'll do a background check to make sure that you're eligible, you don't have any crazy crime. If you're an immigrant, I mean, you should have no business with committing crime. When you see crime going left, go right. So I see a question, what is an undocumented person? So who is an undocumented person? Now, if you've come into the United States and you have overstayed your visa, or you came into the United States without permission, like you came in through the border, you don't have permission to be here, you are undocumented. Now, the US is made up of categories of people. Number one, we have US citizens. Those people are given the highest priorities, right? Let me turn off this in the meantime. We have the US citizens. They are the highest priorities. These people have rights. They have great rights. Then number two, we have the lawful permanent residents who are green card holders. Those people are a step down from citizens. They are not allowed to vote in federal elections and all of that. They have more limited rights, right? A U.S. citizen can file for his parents. Green card holder cannot file for an immigration application for his parents. So we have U.S. citizens, we have green card holders, then we have non-immigrants. If you are a non-immigrant and you are in lawful status, you are here as a student, you are here as a visitor, student F1 visitor, B2 as a business person, B1, any other type of visa that you are here, you are just a non-immigrant. You're just here and then you are leaving at the end of your trip. Then number four type of people that we have will be undocumented. These people don't have permission to be here. They came in on a B2 visa, they came in for school, they have overstayed, they're done with school, they just don't have papers. So they are not recognized in the system, because they've overstayed their visas. The US government doesn't even know that they're still here or whatever. Okay. So undocumented means just that you don't have lawful status in the United States. You don't have permission to be here. You don't have a visa. You don't have legal status. Okay. So let's go back to the Dignity Program. So the Dignity Act starts with a Dignity Program, which is for 5 years and then renewable. And after the Dignity legal status, then you can graduate into the Redemption Program, which is another 5 years of, having that status. And then after that, you can apply for green card. You can apply for a green card. And then after that, you can apply for citizenship. So from the Dignity status, you go to the Redemption, then lawful permanent resident status, which is a green card status, then you graduate into become a U.S. citizen. So it's a path to U.S. citizenship. So now, if you want to participate, so they're anticipating that this Dignity Program will help about, more than 11 million undocumented people. The U.S. has estimated that there are about 11 million undocumented people here in the country. So to participate in the program, of course, there's a lot of guidelines. You'll be required to pay $5,000 over the course of 7 years. And again, you need to pass criminal background checks. You pay outstanding taxes. If you owe taxes, you need to pay, and you need to continue to pay your taxes. And if you haven't yet ever paid taxes, you pay your background and you continue, Okay. So it also creates a renewable legal status for undocumented agricultural workers. If you're undocumented, you want to look into the agricultural field, because any reform, any bill that starts, like that is released or introduced into the system, they always try to, provide some status or pathway for agricultural workers, undocumented. So, and normally they'll say, oh, if you've been an agricultural worker for the last 5 years, you could benefit. So it's always a good field to be in. Obviously, very tough field. Okay. So yeah, now let's move on to other matters. Okay, hold on. Let me change my screen now. Now we've seen that we've just gone through a very brief overview of the Dignity Act as it relates to undocumented immigrants. I'm not even going to go into the other aspects of the law about the asylum, the backlogs, and the F1 dual intent, where they want to make F1 become dual intent. It will no longer be non-immigrant intent, but also have immigrant intent and dual intent like the H1B. We won't go into all of that. Just the 11 million undocumented people have the potential to come out of the shadows and then live their lives in the US. So let's talk a little bit more about how laws are made in the US. Now, laws begin as ideas, right? It's an idea. So for this bill, for example, the House of Representatives sponsors the bill. Maria Salazar, she sponsored the bill. The bill is assigned to a committee for study in the House of Representatives if it originates from the House of Representatives. Let me say this again. Article 1, Section 1 of the US Constitution, it gives power to Congress to make laws. It's vested. Legislative powers are vested in a Congress. Congress is made up of Senate, House of Representatives. House of Representatives, we have 435 people. Senate, we have 100 people. So this bill originates from the House. It's released to committees, and then they have to study it. So relevant committees, right? So it goes to them, they study it, and then they can vote upon it, debate upon it, or amend the bill. Then the bill can be voted upon by the House of Representatives, has to pass by majority. So 218 people out of 435 House of Representatives have to vote in favor of the bill. So if you have 218, that means the bill can now move to Senate. If we have less votes, like 100 votes out of 135, then the bill just dies. It's not going to graduate to Senate. We need simple majority for the in the House of Representatives for the bill to graduate to Senate. In the Senate, bill is also assigned to another committee, and then if it's released, it's debated upon, they vote upon it. We need, again, a simple majority. 51 out of 100 senators have to vote to pass a bill. And then, they will, once it's passed, then they'll work out differences. The House of Representatives, senators work out differences, and the final version of the bill is released. And then the final version of the bill will then be returned to the House and Senate for approval. And then once it's printed out into a process known as unrolling, then the president has 10 days to sign it. Now, even in the Senate, we have a lot of issues right there, right? Because we have the filibuster, people where the senators can try to block a bill. So the filibuster just means that instead of allowing the bill to be voted upon, the senators they could be a talking filibuster, a silent filibuster. They could just prevent the bill from progressing. So somebody could just stand up, and then one senator, after the bill has passed the House and is in the Senate, one senator could just stand up and then just decide to prevent the bill from being voted upon. And if you want to overcome the filibuster, you need a simple majority in Senate, 60 out of 100. Unfortunately, it's a split Senate. We have 50 for Republicans, 50 for Democrats. And then, of course, Kamala Harris, who is 1 for Democrats, will make it 51. But we need 10 Republicans to join the Democrats in order to overcome a filibuster to say, hey, let's vote upon this bill. And the Republicans are very, very, very unified in opposition. They're not interested many of them are not interested in this immigration reform. They are not interested in an amnesty or granting undocumented people documents. So there's a very, very high probability that this may not see the light of day, right? Because look, when President Joe Biden came into power, January 2021, he came out with the Citizenship Act. Oh my gosh, reform, we were so excited. It didn't go anywhere. And there have been subsequent efforts. I've discussed on live videos several times here. There was another one where they wanted to change the registry date, I believe in 2022. The registry date is the green card rule. The registry date, right? If you want to qualify for a green card under the registry rule currently, if you came into the US before 1972 and you've been residing here since then, you could get a green card through that process. Now, they wanted to bring that date forward. say what I can't remember the exact details of that bill, but they wanted to bring it to, let's say, maybe 2015 or 2016. If you've been here since 2016, then you could get a green card according to the registry process. That bill did not see the light of day. There was a couple more bills where they wanted to, I believe the registry, they wanted to include that in the budget reconciliation program, where by simple majority they could pass it as part of the Build Back Better Act. Unfortunately, I believe the Speaker of the House said the Baird rule will not allow this to happen, because there were no really budgetary implications. It was more immigration reform, and so they could not use a budget reconciliation to pass the immigration reform. So there have been several efforts. Even the registry, I think they tried about 2 or 3 times, didn't see the light of day. This same Dignity Act 2022, I did a live video explaining. We went through the dignity, very similar idea proposed by the same Maria Salazar, and that bill died in November 2022. Now, if you look at the bill tracking for the Dignity Act of 2022, it was introduced into the House of Representatives on February 2022. In February 2022, February 8, 2022, February 9, 2022, they referred it to some subcommittees. They referred it to further subcommittees in the House of Representatives, such as the Subcommittee for Indigenous People of the United States. That's March 4, 2022. And then November 1st, 2022, it was referred, that bill, Dignity Act of 2022, which was supposed to also give green cards to undocumented people. It was referred to another subcommittee on immigration and citizenship, and we never heard about this bill again. If you track the bill, it says the bill died January 2023. So this same Dignity Act of 2022 just died. It just eviscerated into thin air. Okay. So long story short, we wait. I hope this works out, but I don't know. I'm not too positive about it, because there have been several attempts, and those did not work out. And so even if it's going to work out, that'll be great. If it's going to work out, you want to start pulling up your immigration records. We can help you with your FOIA records, making sure you know how you came into the US and things like that. Just having, because every immigration application, they'll always ask you, have you ever applied for a petition? When did you come into the US? Things about your background. And if you don't have that, you are not able to apply, because as part of the Dignity program, you will need to apply to the DHS for that Dignity program, and then the redemption program. So you want to have your records. And once you pull up your records, they are yours forever. Every immigrant, undocumented or not, you have rights to pull up your records as the US government. What do you know about me? Can I have the information? And we can help you to do that, depending on the federal agency that you have had interactions with. We'll help you to pull up. I see there's a lot of questions here. John Brown says, when are we going to get answer? I don't know. We have to track. We have to keep, tracking the bill to see what happens to it, and then we'll know if there's an update. Obviously, I will be, I will certainly let you guys know. So don't forget to like and follow this page so that you can stay in the loop. Okay. Let me see if you guys have questions or concerns, and then let me know in the comments below. Let me see on LinkedIn. Julia also says you don't answer questions. What's your question? And then we have Seidu Shaibu says, greetings, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Seidu. Appreciate it. Smart Hussein says, amazing on Facebook. Thank you. Samarat Hussein says, love from Bangladesh. Thank you. Hussein Suleiman says, thank you. Guys, I forgot to do this. Drop your, an emoji of the flag you're connecting from. Let me know where you're watching from. It's not too late. Let's see where you guys are all watching from. Drop me the flag, drop the flag in the comment section, and let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me see on Instagram if we have any questions. Um, I see someone what's the name? Gloria Owusu Dakwa is saying, when was the bill proposed? So it was on May 23rd, 2023. It was proposed, the Dignity Act of 2023. The short form of the law is HR 3599. And it was proposed by Representative Maria Salazar. That's the representative for Florida. She's a Republican, and then a co-sponsor was also Veronica Escobar. She's a Democrat from Texas. Okay, so what's the probability of it becoming law? I don't know, but I wouldn't lose sleep over this at all. Very disappointing that so far nothing has been done in terms of reform for people. So I don't know. I don't have any percentage of a probability. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, guys, drop me your emojis. Someone is asking. Yalisa Mumato says, can immigrants get food stamps in Florida? Florida is now, they are really. I mean, when you say immigrants, it depends. Are you undocumented? Are you a green card holder? You need to contact them and then find out. Florida, as you know, is now the number one anti-illegal immigration, as they say. So you want to be careful with whatever move you make in Florida. They are cracking down, and July 1st, the harshest anti-illegal immigration bill in the US is going into effect. So it's a lot of crazy consequences for undocumented immigrants if you are there and people associated with them. I've done several videos on this as well, so check them out. All right, guys. Do you have any more questions? If you do not, well, we could take, somebody's asking, can I ask, Philippa, what says, can I ask questions outside today's topic? You can, and then I'll try to respond. Garth Godwin said, how long USCIS takes to respond to for correspondence for I-485? I-485 is the application you send in if you're trying to get a green card. It depends. Based on marriage, it just depends. Your processing center, how well you submitted, how well prepared your case was before you submitted it, and a bunch of other things. Who's your petitioner? Is it a self-petition and all of that? Courage Peterson says, if someone came through Mexico, can you help them get papers? Yes, we could. Entry without inspection. I mean, it depends. Let me see. Let's see. Contact us and then we can see if you have an NTA notice to appear, the form I-862, and then we'll look at your designation, if you were paroled in, if you entered without inspection, or, whatever happened, and then we can give you advice based on that. Okay. Watson Francis says, hello, please. I've started with the American lottery process. Thank you. I wish you all the very best. Joan Graham on YouTube says, hello, my dear. How long after I get my green card can I do citizenship? Generally, if you are married to a U.S. citizen, still living in marital union with them, you can do that after 3 years. And then if you're filing on your own accord as being a lawful permanent resident for the last 3 years, then you can apply after 5 years. So if you got your green card through your spouse who's a U.S. citizen, you can also apply after 3 years of being a lawful permanent resident. There's always a 90-day rule, right? Early filing, you can apply 90 days before the time. So there's that. Alrighty, guys, it's been a pleasure. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. And I'll see you guys in our next one. Thank you so much. Bye. Thanks for joining. Take care.